Coming up on Winning Bets, it's our weekly NASCAR show for a chance to win $35,000. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jason Matters with Winning Bets. That's right, the boys this weekend are at the Kansas Motor Speedway for the Hollywood Casino 400, and we've got a chance to win $25,000 over on the Finish Line app and $10,000 over on the NBC Sports Predictor app. Look, guys, this is going to be an interesting race. NASCAR, is still progressing along in their playoff system. They're now down to 8 drivers. They've got 3 races to whittle that down to 4, and then those 4 guys will compete for the championship race down in Phoenix. Should be a really fascinating, last 4 races here to the season. The guys were just in Kansas back in July. That race was won by Denny Hamlin. Kyle Busch won Stage 2, and Brad Keselowski won Stage 2. And 3 drivers, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, and Ryan Blaney, finished in the top 5 in both of the stages. So lots of good drivers doing lots of good things there in Kansas a couple months back. I expect this race to be won by the favorites, to be competing by the favorites. It's crunch time in the playoffs. And a lot of guys, when you look up their stats, you guys know I look at all their body of work at Kansas, but then I really focus in on the last 7 races, which is since 2017. When you start looking at the averages and the ratings and who's been doing what, all the big boy names bubble up to the top of that list. So I'm really looking forward to Kansas. This was a good race, like I said, back in July. Let's jump on into it and break down our picks. Let's start over on the NBC Sports Predictor app. That's where you can win $10,000. You got to finish a driver to finish best against Stage 1, Stage 2, the final stage, and then you just got to give them a top 3. This is the one by far of the 2 contests we've been closest. Last week we got 4 out of 6 of these right, and we're only obviously 2 away from there to cashing. If we would have gotten one of those, we could have maybe even cashed a little bit. So we're knock on the doorstep here on the NBC Sports Predictor app. So let's give it a shot and see how we do. All right, so Stage 1, none of these drivers are in the playoffs. They've all been knocked out. Erik Jones, though. We've talked about Erik Jones, how he needs a contract for next season. He's driving like he needs a contract for next season. He's doing really well. His finish in the 6 playoff races, he's gone 4th, 22nd, 3rd, 8th, 2nd, and 3rd. So my man is absolutely on fire here in the playoffs, even though he's not a playoff driver. Again, he's fighting. He's trying to secure a contract for next season. He's driving absolutely incredible. His average finish of 11 here at Kansas is second best amongst this group, one behind Kyle Busch. But in the race back in July, Erik Jones finished in 5th place. I'm going with Erik Jones. I mean, absolutely incredible. I gave you his finishes there in the last 6 races. He's driving really, really well. So go ahead and give me Erik Jones. Stage 2, I'm going to go with Martin Truex Jr. Since 2017, his average finish is 5.29, which is absolutely best amongst everybody, not just including this group. He's got 2 wins, 5 top 5s, 6 top 10s, and those amount of finishes in the top 5s and the top 10s, they're best amongst all drivers, not just the ones pinned up here against this group. And then the race back in July, he finished 3rd. Go ahead and give me Martin Truex Jr. here. And then the final stage, it was between Harvick and Hamlin. I'm going to go with Kevin Harvick. He's been the better driver all season long. He's got the better average finish and the better rating here at Kansas over Denny Hamlin. I'm going with Kevin Harvick. For a top 3, I think Kevin Harvick's going to win the race. He's been outstanding all season long. This is crunch time. I see Kevin Harvick getting it done. 2nd place, I see it going to Martin Truex Jr. Just too hard to ignore his stats here at Kansas. And then 3rd place, I'm also going to go to Denny Hamlin. He's got some really fantastic numbers here at Kansas. He's won a couple times, won back in July. Just another driver that really loves this. Great average finish, good high rating. Give me Denny Hamlin to round out the top 3. All right, let's jump over now to the Finish Line app. That's where you can win $25,000. They give you 6 groups. You got to pick the best driver to finish amongst the group. And then you got to give them a winner and a 2nd place. So let's see how we're going to do on the Finish Line app. Group 1, let's go with Kevin Harvick. Group 2, let's go with Erik Jones. Group 3, let's go with Ryan Blaney. Look, his driver rating of 101.7 is easily best amongst the drivers. He's been pinned up here in this group. And I told you he was one of the 3 drivers that finished in the top 5 in Stage 1 and 2 back in July. He just had some unfortunate luck there at the end, which made him fall all the way back towards the top. But he was a solid driver throughout most of that entire race. So I really like Ryan Blaney's success here at Kansas. Group 4, let's go with Tyler Reddick. Best rating here amongst these group. He's also running really good lately in the playoffs. He's got the finishes of 11, 4th, 7th, 12th, and 4 of the 6 races here in the playoffs. So those are really good numbers here. So give me Tyler Reddick. Group 5, we're going to go with Chris Buescher. His best average finish of 18.5, and that's best amongst the group. And he's got 2 top 10s. Everybody else here in the group, he's got 0 top 10s, and Buescher's got 2 of them. Give me Chris Buescher. Group 6, we're going to go with John Nemechek. Look, it was between him and Ty Dillon. And what I liked about Nemechek, he's only raced once here at Kansas, so it's really hard. You know, he doesn't have the body of work that Tyler Dillon does. But I really broke this down. I looked at that race there in July. A Chevrolet didn't come in until 8th place for the first time. Tyler Dillon's in a Chevrolet, and John Nemechek's in a Ford. Go ahead and give me Nemechek in the Ford and the recent success he had here at Kansas. You guys know for a winner, I'm already going Kevin Harvick, and for second place, I'm going Martin Truex Jr. All right, guys, that's going to fill out my 2 entries there for a chance to win $35,000 on the NBC Sports Predictor app and on the Finish Line app. I don't have any head-to-head bets yet to give you for you. The sports books usually don't come out with those until Thursday, so if you're watching this video before Thursday, that's the reason why I don't have any head-to-head bets for you. You can look for those in my daily sports betting videos. More than likely will come out on Friday's episode. I'll give you guys some head-to-head NASCAR bets. So good luck to us this week as we compete at the Kansas Motor Speedway at the Hollywood Casino 400 for a chance to win $35,000. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.